Hi there, Aaron here with Superior Singing Method, and this is how to fix the #1 singing mistake, part 2. All right, this is how to fix the #1 singing mistake, part 2. If you haven't had a chance to watch part 1, maybe go and check that out afterward or before. But what I'd mentioned in there is that the most common mistake with most of my students is adding too much weight to their voice and blowing out their voice, even whether they're singing a gig or they're doing vocal warm-ups, but they feel like, oh, my voice is raspy or my voice hurts or I've got a sore throat, adding too much weight to their voice. This idea of pushing and forcing notes, especially in the higher range, and trying to get that with your chest voice. So it's like, here's my chest voice is my talking voice, hey, and if I stay in my chest voice, go hey, it's got that pushy, squeezy sound if I'm not flipping into head voice, what we call the call voice. I was saying in the last video that if you go whoo, whoo, like an owl, that's a good way to know you're in your head voice. So if I'm, hey, I'm singing around here, blah, 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 and a good way to know if I'm in my head voice, so it's whoo, ho, whoo, whoo, all that area. Notice there's no forcing, no tension. So another way is, and notice when you get to that whoo, notice how light it feels. Notice there's no pain, there's no hoarseness. You can just sing and you're free up in that area. But when you try to pull up that chest voice, it's too much. So another way to get from chest voice to head voice and to get in this mixed voice, kind of head voice, not doing this forcing, is to use the pharyngeal resonator. It doesn't matter what that, it's not important about that, the technical terms, but the pharyngeal resonator is basically using the pharynx, which is like straight back, the pharynx, and a little bit on the nose. So the way you do this is use the NG sound, that sound. And so if I'm in chest voice here, and to get in the head voice, I can go, so I know there, and the NG helps me get nice and locked into that head voice area, and that's when I can add a little more weight. So if I go, hey, and then the NG is, so now I'm up here, I can add more weight. Add a little more weight and a little more volume there, and you notice this is the proper way to add weight, when it's just a little bit of the pharyngeal and it's not all that heavy chest voice that's squeezing your throat and not giving you the sounds that you want to get. So the proper way to add weight is to use your other resonators. We've got the mouth and the throat and the nose. We've got these different resonators that we can use, but when we're just in the chest, we want that boomy sound of the chest, but once we add in some of these others, we get all that range without the weight, without the strain, without the sore throat. So hopefully that's helpful. Click the link below to get my favorite vocal exercise. Subscribe to the channel. I'm doing these videos really regularly. And the last thing is, believe in your bigness. You've probably heard me say that before, but there's more in you than you realize. I know we all get a little insecure about our singing voice and about reaching our dreams, and is it possible for me? Is it ever going to happen for me? I totally understand that, but just keep moving forward. There's so much more in you than you realize. There's so much more talent and ability in you than you realize, so keep moving forward. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.